Let's hope that everything is working. It does seem to be the case. I am of course very unprepared. As always. Ooh. Wait. My keyboard language. Why? It just adds the US keyboard language back to my system. I have a United States keyboard, so that doesn't work. No, I don't have a United States, a United Kingdom like layout. So it's like slightly different, which means that it wouldn't work in, you know, combining the two different keyboards. So I was pressing a key expecting one character to show up and it just didn't. I'm live testing out streaming in my new Anyway, now with that out of the way, welcome everybody. You also have a UK keyboard. It's a little bit of a fun story how I got this keyboard. I actually originally had a different one, also like a Corsair one. And this is one of the most expensive, I guess, Corsair keyboards there is. It's like 130 euros. But the reason why I got it is I traded it with, so I got a different keyboard and that turned out to be a German keyboard, which doesn't work in terms of like my layout and the characters that I want on it. And I was like, okay, I'll go to one of the shops that also helped me fix my PC with the heating problem. And when I told him like, okay, I need an international keyboard, do you have anything? He was like, yeah, okay, you can have this keyboard, 40 bucks. I was like, okay, I'll take that. It looks good. It looks nice. And then I looked online, like how much they sell for, and it's 130, 140 euros they sell for. So I got it from a massive discount, which is great. And it has like the, what you call it, the Sherry switches, and it's like all good. It's really nice to type on. It's really good. I do want to turn off air conditioning. That's right, I now have air conditioning in my new apartment. But today is just a test, just to see how well streaming works. I want to check like the lighting setup. I do think that I'm a little bit dark on this side, but I can do something like, well, that's too much. What if I just do like this? It's not very bright. It's still because it's on the webcam. Next week, I hope that I'll be able to stream with my normal like YouTube camera, and then all lighting issues should be okay, and it will just work. Groetjes vanuit België. Hopelijk kan je wat verkoeling vinden. Jazeker, jazeker. Groetjes terug. AC, yeah, well, the last apartment that I was in did not have any AC, so when it was really warm, like midsummer, it was just annoying to do anything. And but now it's okay. It's nice. Let me get a drink. As I said, I wasn't really well prepared for this. I just kind of went live. That's usually how I have to do it, like force myself to just hit the button and just start, because otherwise I procrastinate on it, and then it becomes like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and then I think, oh, well, now it's too late, now I can't do it anymore. It's this annoying problem that I have. I'm laughing when you said ooh la la. It's so funny though to say that word. I'm glad that I can also be entertaining, not just informative. Anyway, I have a track. I figured as I was testing out, I might as well do something productive. So I'm gonna work on this track for a little bit and then just see where it goes. I'll just play you the idea. I guess I can show like the groups and stuff. Not a lot of stuff happening in the intro yet. Transitions are rough. It's an early concept kind of track, early concept production. You can hear how rough that is. That very rough kind of transitions and stuff like that. There's actually some cool sound design going on in this sound here. A bit more progressive, a bit more almost like prog style. It still has the long drops and everything, so it's not really prog, but it's more progressive than what I usually do. Not entirely sure about this kind of glitchy sequence here yet. Get some offbeat bass in here. There's a few sounds that I want to change. This one should probably mark that. This is also still very empty. Like the vocals are in here, the atmospheres are there, but it needs, I guess, like a hook or something that really shines through it. We have also a lead here, but the transition isn't really working yet. Lead just kind of comes in. I do really like the vocal, yeah, I do think that that's a good addition. I just think that here it becomes a little bit boring, so here we should maybe probably already have it removed, so that this lead can come in a bit more, a little bit earlier. is my first time, by the way, doing triplet bassline for like something that I would actually release. Not some kind of tutorial or funny experiment. But I'm indeed doing triplets. As I said, it's more progressive than what I usually do. I'm a bit skeptical of triplets in general, but here works good. There's a, I guess, stigma around triplets in psytrance, which I get. No, to be honest, I don't really get it. I'm gonna be honest here. I feel like this is powerful and this is the kind of energy that you want, right? I guess it's because it's associated with so many like very progressive tracks. This is my favorite part of the production. Here the vibe is just really cool. Makes it a bit slower compared to 16th. Yeah, slower, but also I feel like it's more powerful this way. It gives more emphasis to, I guess, the kick, at least in my opinion. Okay, so that's the production. As you can hear, still very, very empty. Still a lot of things to do. The first thing that I want to do is probably turn this sound off. And then I am going to work this sound in it differently. I think I'll just keep this. Like that, and then I want a different sequence here. What key is this track in again? I always forget. So this is D sharp actually, which is again a new thing for me. Believe it or not. I tend to write in either G sharp, but most commonly A sharp. The only thing, isn't it good to change the groove before ending? Just a thought. Well, depending on like, so the use case for this track, for example, what it would be is like you mix it in right here and you use it to maybe go into a triplet section of, you know, your track. I can imagine that you would follow up a track like this with, for example, He Art by Asterix, right? At the end here, if that works. Something like that, or some kind of other triplet track, and then at some point you can go back, I guess, to normal roll kick and bass. To be honest, I haven't really thought about how I'm going to do the like mixing, or like how you would mix this into a set. It's not something that I tend to think about when I'm producing. Like, for one, I'm not really a DJ yet, right? I have my setup right over here. I think I can show. There's a little DJ setup there. This is the other camera that I want to actually use for my streams and that I also use for my YouTube. At like next week, I'm going to have all of the stuff arrive that allows me to like set up the DJ set so that I can film there and I can just play. But for now, I am what did but for now oh yeah, when it comes to like DJing, I don't really care about it because it's not something that I like focus on. I don't sit in the studio and like already know like how am I going to put this into a live set, because I don't really do live sets. I I hope that that makes sense. It's just not something that I really care about. If it ends with a rolling bass line, it would be easier to switch music. Yeah, but then my track would suffer in its musical idea, and that's not what I want. Like, I'm an artist first, I guess, and a performer second. I don't really care if it's maximally optimized to be played in a live set, as long as the more important part to me is that it sounds good. Okay, I want some movements. I'm gonna do some creative sidechaining here. I'd never really sidechain anymore for like mixing purposes, only like creatively. So here I have this like impact sound, I guess, because it impacts on the kick, because there the note is the longest. So you get something like that. I want this to be like smeared out. I messed up some automation, I think. Yep. Like this. That works. I like it. I want more rising here. Do I already have a reverse crash in this project? I don't even have normal crashes in this project. What am I doing? also think that this synth should stand out more in the beginning. I play in Rekordbox with mouse. Yeah, I want to see if, I don't know if Rekordbox allows like the little console that I have. I guess I can get it so you guys can see. This is a DDJ SB. Can you see like the... It's hard to try to centralize something in there. But it's just like one of those small console things. It is from Pioneer, so maybe it does work. It's also magnificently dusty, so I have some work to do before I can actually use it. The idea that I had in order to like set up like the play area and or the like the DJ area and then the production area over here is that is it the 400? No, DDJ SB is the name. But it is, yeah, it is from Pioneer. And I think so like Rekordbox also like works with Pioneer stuff. But the idea that I have for how I'm going to use like, or how I'm going to set up the setup is that I'm going to have two like stands, one of those like monitor stands where you can put your monitor everywhere. One is going to be for the monitor, for my main screen, the one that is in front, and then one is going to be for my main YouTube camera. And the way that I'm going to do it is I'm going to be able to set up and switch around both the camera as well as the monitor. So even though I'm standing on the other side of the computer, I can still use the same computer to do all of my streaming stuff, and I don't have to like set up the stream and everything on like my laptop. Because the other option would be setting up my either setting up my stream on the laptop, and then I would have like one monitor for everything, which is very, very annoying. The other thing would be that I would need to buy another capture card, so I could DJ on the laptop and then send that to the computer and then have the computer stream, which is also annoying. Will girls see your apartment from the inside? I hope so, at some point. I don't have any plans currently, but maybe in the future, who knows? I guess these are the kind of questions that I get for making the shorts that I make. Even though they do very, very well, sometimes I think I should just stop with the... Specifically the intros where there's a girl talking and asking a question. I know they're one of the best ones, they're the best ones in terms of performance. They always perform better than anything that I can make. But the comments on some of them they're almost to the point where they become toxic, right? Like there's some that are just like funny and they know that it's a joke, but there's a few comments every once in a while that it almost feels like these people don't know it's a joke. And I think SB is working only with Serato. That may be the case, yeah. Serato is what I've used up until this point, so maybe it doesn't work with Rekordbox. Compatible DJ units. Let's have a look. DJ players. Turntables all-in-one systems. That's what I have, right? Or do I have a mixer? Or a control? I have a controller. DDJ SB2 works with Rekordbox, not the first one. Yeah, the SB2 can use Rekordbox. My version cannot. So that's annoying. To be honest, I should finish the other thought that I have about the girls. I'm not I don't want to accuse Osna, who just came into the chat, of being one of those people, but I guess I did understand that you came from those kind of shorts, right? Because otherwise you wouldn't comment that. Like, that's not the normal kind of questions that I get from my community. I'm not saying that you're the Atem Mini best for streaming. What is this? Okay, so this is a capture card. Well, I don't want to do it through the capture card because I don't have to, right? I only need one capture card, which I already have for my camera. And then I just turn around the monitor and the camera itself. They're both going to be on like arms. And that means that I'll be able to... It's essentially like I'm sitting here streaming, but the whole setup that I would use for the actual stream part will turn around. And then I just open up OBS on a different screen and have like some kind of countdown system or whatever. I'll figure that out. But yeah, I'm basically going to be able to turn half of my studio around. But when it comes to play in a party with CDJs, it's Rekordbox. Yes, yes, yes. That would be, you would be playing with Rekordbox at that point. Which is then unfortunate that I cannot use this to practice with Rekordbox. Here it does say that you can use it for Rekordbox. Sound, color effects, beat jump, pad effects. So this would be Rekordbox DJ. Does that still exist? So you don't even plan on being a DJ in the very long term? Yes, yes. So the reason why I want to start DJing now is so that I can perform my show or like perform my music on festivals. That's what that's the end goal. The end goal is to, yes, become a DJ as well. At this point in time, I know for a fact that there's an audience for my music, so I might as well really start to play it, right? Yeah, this is something that I've seen. Although this screen then looks different again. I guess, yeah, this basically looks like Serato. I don't know what this is. This seems to be some kind of lighting system. Integration. Easy music prepping. Okay, this is kind of cool, I guess. Slick layout. Yeah, this looks like a normal kind of like control thing. To be honest, I don't see why this wouldn't work with the console that I have. Because it says it right here. I know this is archived, so maybe on the website they don't specify this product anymore, because it's like old. Hello Zendo. 80 track also welcome. Mind be welcome. Sorry, I forgot to say hello to every one of you. I know it's like archived, right? So here it says like archive. This means that this is such an old product that they don't support it anymore. That might be the reason why Rekordbox just isn't, or like it isn't listed on here. One software, all DJ styles. It should say here, yeah, all of the things that are included. If I go DJ controllers, it does not include the DDJSB, like the first version. Oh, stop it. This is very annoying that doesn't work out. Let me check out like the plans that there are. Professional, core, and free. I would need to get the $10 a month version in order to be able to check if it works with my gear, essentially. Now you're back. Well, welcome back then. You were here before, right? Yeah. It was unexpected, but I managed to come first. As always. Yeah, I would need the core version in order. 30-day trial, cancel anytime. That's good. I can test this. That basically. Also 2 devices, so I could put it on my laptop as well as my PC, which is nice. Yeah, I don't see any things that I would want like in here, like save edited tracks, sequencer saving. I don't know if that's important. This seems to have everything that I want for it. Like, I just need to control like the little console that I have. I'm not expected to do a lot of different effects and stuff like that. I can check with the trial, yes. I cannot check with the free version because this does not include control with DJ gear. I guess this is only for like mouse stuff, right? I don't know. This might be the one that Acid is using, as he said he did it only with mouse. What the fuck is mix point link? Subscription level cannot be changed during the free trial. Subscription plans and pricing will be modified in the pro. Yeah, I'll check with the free trial. So I don't actually have to get it to actually check if it works. But I mean, if it does work, then I'll obviously get this because this is like the industry standard, at least. I'm hoping that if I were to learn Rekordbox, let's say, because okay, at some point, if I want to get into, still want your card details, that doesn't really matter for me. Corporation's gonna corporation, so it is what it is. I do want this. I do need this. My issue is, let's say that I were to get invited to a festival, right, to play. There's a good chance that they'll present me with these beasts, right? I have no idea how to use a system like this. There's the way that I DJ is just I push on the track, I click sync, and then it puts it together, and then I know, okay, now it's going to work and I can make my transition. I don't know beat matching. I don't know what 3/4 of these knobs do. But if I were to play on a festival and I'm presented with something like this, I just have to do it. So what I'm hoping that will happen is, okay, I get myself record box, and I can use this kind of like a controller. Not so much to actually load up my tracks in here and to play my tracks in here, but just use it as the same kind of DJ controller that I'm doing now. Get secondhand. I'm not going to be able to buy this even secondhand. I know there's a lot of people that can help me and stuff like that. Dudes are desperate to sell their other stuff. I mean, this is AliExpress. I don't trust AliExpress. I am not going to get my DJ gear from a Chinese web shop. And even if you don't look at the Chinese web shop, it's all very, 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 very expensive. I would love to have a system like this at some point, obviously, but I'm the kind of guy that I would like to have it. I would like to buy it in a trusted way. Yeah, I'm not. You wouldn't want to buy this on AliExpress. That's 100% going to be a scam. Yes. You just look at something like Facebook Marketplace or something like that, and then you actually go there, physically examine the unit. But at that point, I would need to know how it works, how it should look like, and stuff like that, right? My friend got scammed from them Facebook Marketplace. It's not the best. Sometimes Facebook Marketplace, they will try to just send it to you. In that case, I wouldn't trust it, right? I would do pickup, right? You go there, you pay on the spot, you examine the product, you pay on the spot, and then you leave again. That would be the only way that I would buy something like this secondhand. Yeah, it's extremely expensive, and on the other hand, I have no idea if it's going to actually be profitable, right? I have not been booked to a show yet. I have not been invited to a festival yet. So it doesn't really make sense for me to already spend even €1,000 on gear if, one, I haven't been asked for any festival. I don't know if I ever will make money as a DJ. Two, I have no idea how to use it, and three, I already have a console that I can at least train, my general transition skills, my general mixing idea. I have followers already for tutorials, not for my music. That's something that I said in my video, my Q&A video. Something that I'm missing is the link between my tutorials and everything else, right? It's really hard to convert people that support you for one thing and convert them into supporting you for another thing, right? From tutorials to music. Zen Lion had bought an expensive DJ console from Pioneer. I mean, I have the stats to back this up. I have the stats to back this up. We can go to my YouTube studio and we can see that there's 10,000 people who follow me here for tutorials. If I then go to Spotify for artists, it's gonna say like 1,000 followers and like let's see. Yeah, 51 listeners in the last 7 days. And I have 1,000 total followers. Which those 1,100 followers they don't mean anything. In the sense that when I first started Projector, one of the things that I did is I released a free preset pack, and the catch was that you had to follow me in order to get the preset pack. So my follower count on Spotify is like inflated because of that, I guess. They're not really like fans of my music. I'll follow you. I appreciate that. I do. It is really hard to actually get somebody to consistently listen to like your music, right? It's one thing for, as I said, like I released the preset pack, and therefore I get a lot. I do have like a high follower count, I guess, or relatively. But my listeners, like 51 listeners in the last 7 days, considering that there's 10,000 people that know of me through YouTube, it's basically nothing. I should need to say hello again. Davey, welcome, and FG, welcome as well. My shirt fits the couch. Yes, I blend in. I can hide my chair. I can become the couch. I am the couch now. I don't understand why you're not making a live set if you want to play your sound anyway. Way mix with CDJs. If you don't want to play a DJ set to other artists' music, I wouldn't invest into a CDJ. Yeah, I wouldn't. Okay, general, like I wouldn't invest right now in DJ gear. As I said, I don't know how DJing is gonna go for me. It's something that I'm going to get into. I do want to do DJing, in the sense that I don't want to create, like sit in the studio here, create a live set in Ableton and then just press play. That's not what I'm interested in. If I'm going to perform, I want to perform. So like preparing a lot in advance and stuff like that, that's not something that that I'm interested in. It's not the expensive gear that makes a good DJ. That's also the case, right? I'm gonna be perfectly capable of create the. Okay, so the problem is this, right? It's not about like my DJ skills and needing the best gear and stuff like that. It's just going to be, let's say that I now start DJing and I post a live set every week, and in December I get an email from, I don't know, Burning Mountain that say like, okay, we've seen your stuff, we saw your video on your Burning Mountain experience, and we want to invite you to play on the secondary stage or whatever. They say something like that. I'm going to be presented with CDJs. That's what they're going to have at the venue. Live set doesn't mean you're just pressing play. What do you mean then? If it's not prepared, then I'm going to have to mix on CDJs if I'm going to play at a festival. Let's say that's the case, right? This is future problems. Right now, next week I'm going to have all of my stuff coming in, and I'm going to set up a place where I can just plug in and switch my screen around, and I can start DJing. The other thing is like, what is it going to be in the future? Next year, 2-3 years from now, and that's something that I'm now stressing out about. No, you can just use your interface to hook up to the mixer. You tried Twitch instead of YouTube only for streaming? I have tried Twitch. I used to stream on Twitch a lot. But it doesn't make sense to have... This is again, it's the same concept on why I have 51 listeners on Spotify and 10,000 followers on YouTube. It is really hard to get somebody from one platform to the other. It is really, really hard. It's the same for why I don't post, for example, my shorts on TikTok. People have said like, okay, you already make these shorts. Why don't you also post them on TikTok? And I'm like, well, it takes a lot of time because posting things on TikTok just takes some time, right? And the benefit is basically none. There's no benefit to having another audience there because you're never going to get that audience off of TikTok. TikTok is designed for people so that they stay on TikTok as long as possible. If I want to convert those people to, you know, platforms that it actually matters, TikTok is going to try their hardest to stop that from happening because it means that those people would leave TikTok and go to a different website. TikTok doesn't want that. So it's designed to not allow you to do that, right? You scroll and there's a new video for you ready, there's a new one, there's a new one, there's a new one. It's almost the same problem that Shorts has. It is really hard to convert somebody from a Shorts viewer into, for example, my long format content. That's why Ableton has the session view and not just the arrangement. TikTok is indeed the most chaotic video app ever. But to be honest, all platforms have this thing, right? YouTube wants you to stay on YouTube as long as possible. Twitch wants you to stay on Twitch as long as possible. So if I start streaming on Twitch, there's going to be less crossover between my audience on YouTube and Twitch. So it's better for me to just do it all on YouTube. Controller plus software is an easy option. Yeah, that's the option where I would that I would do now. My fear is that this is the only thing that I'm scared about is that I'm going to get to some place and they're going to say, okay, we've got your CDJs ready. You're supposed to perform in half an hour. Good luck, right? I don't know. Yeah, you can use Ableton to DJ. You basically build your own live set for it. Do we want to test some stuff out? I didn't have anything planned. I have this project open up, but it's not like I really wanted to produce on this anyway. It's so scary. I 100% understand you. Once I start on them, it's mega easy. I understand. I just either I need to find a place that I can just practice with them for like 2-3 hours, as you say. It's probably really easy, especially because I'm gonna like have DJ experience at that point. Because next week I'm starting to play on the console right here, and I'm just gonna do some live sets in private. And at some point, once I feel like I'm good enough, I'm going to actually, you know, start streaming my stuff and stuff like that. Yeah, at that point, I don't know. It's also going to depend, I guess, on the festival. Like, I assume most festivals, when you get booked for someplace, they will ask you, like, okay, what gear do you want? Or do you travel with your own gear or something like that? I have no idea. Yeah, back to back with some practice sessions. That's probably a good idea. Maybe I'll find somebody living here in Cremona that already has like a couple of CDJs just lying around. This is the Italian Nashville, so there's no way that there isn't going to be another DJ that just has them living here. I just need to find the connections at that point. And then I can say, okay, this is my music, this is what I want to play. But in theory, this should be like a DJ controller. I guess the way that it would work is that you map the things yourself. Right? That's, for example, why I guess we have EQ3, this thing here. Because this would line up with the three, like the high, low, and mids on the console. Yeah, back to back is DJing with another more experienced person. I get that. Find Giuseppe's place. I guess I could rent them even. How much is a couple of CDJs for a day? I have to search that in Italian then, I guess. I guess these are the different systems. Yeah, so if I would want to practice one day for one of these, it's $200. At least I assume that this is like per day or per night, something like that. I don't know exactly, but that's probably something that I'll have to figure out if I wanted to. This is another option, right? It's kind of cool that that just exists. A cheap laptop is a better option than those fancy CDJ players. I don't know. To be honest, I'm just getting started. I need to learn the field. There's probably 1,000 DJs and therefore 2,000 opinions on this kind of stuff. Honestly, I'm just going to start out, as I said, with just the console that I already have. Just my setup that is already there. And then I'll get a feel for it. I'll get my rhythm back. I have DJ'd in the past, like for friends and stuff like that. And that's always nice. Like, but that's just, you know, that's just for fun. You're not under pressure. And in fact, you're usually drinking. So that's not really representative of what it's like to actually play in front of a crowd of people that you don't know, and like a big crowd. And that's hopefully where it's gonna go at some point, right? For me. How would you? I have never used session mode. This might as well not exist for me. Let's load a bit of music. I will load the track that we were working on before. Yeah, it's gonna need some time to actually load that. I guess the way that it works, I have seen a little bit about this. So this would be like deck 1, and you would have another track which would be deck 2, I guess. This is how it would work, right? Let's just get another random track. It doesn't matter. Are we having feedback tomorrow? Yes. Yes. Stems. Who can submit tracks for feedback? Everyone. You can already submit if you want to. The way that it works is you just enter my Discord and then feedback on stream. This is where you submit your stuff, and I'll be able to listen it tomorrow. Tomorrow around the same time. Usually for feedback streams, I post a notification like early in the afternoon, and then late afternoon I'll actually start the stream. So you'll be able to be prepared for when I actually start streaming. Honestly, I'm more curious about how this would work with Ableton than like actually producing right now. I think I have seen some of this, because the way that it's works is that you load all of your tracks in here, I think. One, let's say like this, right? Does this mean I can transition to this track, or like from deck to deck, like here? Honestly, I don't know. If there is anyone who has actually like DJ experience with Ableton, that would be really nice. But I assume you have to like build your own DJing setup with this, right? But you make them into stems that you want to cue. Ah, okay. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I just want to do like normal DJing where I just press play on my track and then it plays the track. I don't want to. Let's not start off doing too many fancy things. Let's start off easy with very easy things to do for start. By the way, do you guys like my camera lens mug? It looks really good. It looks like an actual camera lens, and you just drink from there. Did you check Mix? M-I-X-X-X. This is going to be a porn site, isn't it? Free DJing mixing software. Okay, so luckily not that. Free and open source. Oh, I like that. Screenshots. Okay, so this is just like another. I mean, this is basically what Serato looks like. Yeah, you just have your different places. You have your like browser here, and then it's just the two things on either side. I guess it shows you even more information, because Serato doesn't show you, I guess, these things, the EQ. Mixer effects. Yeah, so it will have effects in there. Up to 4 decks. To be honest, I guess, like, does it really matter how many decks I have? Because I just have like 2 decks on the controller. It's free, you just need a controller. I do have the controller. I'll show it again for the people that just came in. This is what I have. Pioneer DDJ SB, the first one. They made a new like SB1, but this is the very first one they made. What would I do with 4 decks if I just have the 2 like areas? Is there like, would there be like a way to select different decks? Like have 2 decks for one side and 2 decks for the other, and being able to like switch between them? I don't have a way to plug it in right now into my PC, but that would need to be done later. We cannot really experiment, because the stuff that I need to actually set up my DJ stuff is not here yet. Mix works with almost all DJ controllers. Yeah, the annoying thing, like for something like Serato, is that a lot of the features that I do want are paid for. But if this is fully open source, then it's free. and it will always be free. And all of the features are free. What am I drinking? I'm drinking Sambuco syrup in the Pepsi bottle. It's the syrup that you dilute yourself. It's really good. I like it. I also make my own iced tea, which is also really good. You just put like 2 tea bags in a bottle like this with water, and then you add honey and sugar until you get a nice sweet taste. Obviously, you don't want to do too much because the whole idea is that I don't like the normal iced tea, because the normal iced tea that I make is basically only sugar. Right? It's one of those big bags where they give you, it's a little bit of powder, and then they give you, it's a whole bunch of sugar with a little bit of that powder in there. I wanted to make my own, so I made my own iced tea. But that's really good, and you can just do whatever like tea that you want. Hello, Sleepwalker, welcome. I didn't see you early in the chat, but you've been here for a while. Did you have a smooth transition moving? Yes, it went very well. It took like, I would say like 3 days, getting all of the things ready in this apartment, moving, because this is where the bed used to be. I'm in the bedroom, but I put my bed in the kitchen, so that I have this space to just be like a music area, essentially. Such a gourmet tea maker. Yes. Iced tea short video. One day I'll show. My idea is for a stream to do a pasta making and chai making stream. Chai is the drink that I had at Burning Mountain. This stuff. There's a way that you can make this at home as well. I would need to find the right like spices and stuff like that, but it would be nice to make this myself and then do. I said it right in the 10,000, like in the Q&A. What I would like to do is be a bit more personal. Hey Dash, welcome. Yeah, so something like pasta making that is not really. It doesn't really. You know, it's not really music production related or related to anything that I do other than it involves me. And I think a lot of my community would actually like to watch it. Still, I hope. I just buy the tin of pre-made chai. We don't have that, so I have to resort to make my own. At least not in like supermarkets. Maybe there is like one Asian store that I might be able to go to. They're at least going to have like the spices for it. So that should be good. Is it going to be hard to make? Black tea. Or I'm gonna need to get exactly the right stuff, I guess. Okay, crush the spices. Don't you love it when they just give you like a list of ingredients? My English today is amazing. Sonic Flux, welcome. Vaka it's not as good as the homemade, but it's good enough. Well, their stock is down, at least. Is it this? It is a food material. Premium organic snacks. Farmer stories. Do you guys have products that I can buy? Private customer business. Nope. Baka. Baka Herbs UK. This looks more like something that would sell chai. To be honest, the other one also kinda looked like it. Shop. All products. Shop by benefit. There a search option in here? Original chai, vanilla chai. Yeah. Okay. So they have two different versions. I hope they ship to Italy, but that's something that I can also put in here. I have the mixed DJ thing that I need to take a look at after the stream, and then these products. It's gonna be a much shorter stream if I'm just going to be putting the bag into the thing. I wanted to make it like into a fun stream at least, or something. But I guess I would need to make like homemade for that, and I think there might be like it might take a while to to cook at that, like to boil and everything. Because when we were at Burning Mountain, they how to make tea? Yes. No, I wanted to do, as I said, I want to branch out a little bit more from music production. Like maybe like once a month, do something a bit more interesting or different than just sitting here and explaining the same things that I always explain. Right, making the same kind of content all the time. At some point it's gonna get a little bit boring, and I want to change some things and just do something maybe a bit more personal before it really gets boring. Subject Ultra, welcome. We use tikka masala in meals now. What is it that my dad always gets? Pilau. Pilau is comes from Zanzibar, I think. Pilau masala. This stuff. This is great as well. It's really nice on like meat and stuff. It's very meaty kind of spices. It's just like a spice mix, right? Yeah. Yeah, my dad gets like a few of these types of cans anytime he goes on mission to Africa. You can use it in beans. I never eat beans. I guess that's a very UK thing, right? Beans. You guys love beans over there. Peace everyone, I'm to bed. 2:30 a.m. here. Yeah, that's really late. You should probably go to sleep if it's 2:30 a.m. Anyway, thanks for stopping by and giving me advice on the mixing stuff. That's really appreciated. 2:30. Oh, yeah, that's still very late. 2:30 a.m. is late, but also 2:30 is late. See you, my friend. Okay, now that he is gone and we know his time zone, let's find out where he lives. Where is 80 track from? Yeah. I mean, we could check. Where is it 2:30 a.m. right now? It's probably going to give me time zones around the world. Not even in Tokyo. It's 1:30 in Tokyo, so east of Tokyo. What is east of Tokyo? I think it's Australia. Yeah, probably. New Zealand, maybe. New Zealand is 4:30, so it's not that. Yeah. Australia does seem to match. That makes sense, right? There is a pretty large Psy community within Australia. Kev Human, welcome. I'm sorry we're not really doing anything. We're just chatting for the last hour. I was trying. I wasn't trying to produce. I'm just doing this to test the streaming for tomorrow. Professor, now I'll leave. Thank you for stopping by, Asset. I hope you enjoyed this part of the stream. I guess we can do some more production, but I'm fine just sitting here and chatting. Yun Wonk. Yun. I'll just call you that. Welcome. Hello from Italy back to you. Did I miss DJ session? No. There's gonna be a... So what I'm doing is I'm preparing my studio, my new apartment, my new room for being able to DJ. I've ordered a stand for my main monitor, my main like screen for the PC, not studio monitors, but monitor as in screen, as well as for my camera, so that they can both turn 180 degrees, and I can use this desk and this area here behind to DJ. There's a big light in here, so that's annoying. But there's like a big cloth that I have as a background, and then I would be like standing right there, and there where the DJ console is, I would be basically DJing over there. And then obviously this camera, the good camera, is going to be on a like turning around stand as well as the main monitor, so that I can still use my main computer that I'm also using now. So I don't have to I don't want to use the laptop, because that's a different system, and I would need to set up the stream, I would need to set up all my settings, or I would need to find another or buy another capture card in order to stream on this PC and DJ on the other PC. So at this point, like, it's cheaper to just get a screen that just rotates and I'll just be doing it on here. Do you have the DJ controller already? Yes. It's a DDJ SB first, like the first version. I've shown it before. I'm just gonna say the same things over and over again in this stream, but I don't mind. This is it. DDJ SB. Trying to... It's always hard trying to show something to a camera. You always feel like you're going the wrong way. There. I hope you can see it. It's almost the same as the good one. I need to run some tests. Yeah, I need to test the theory if this is going to work with Rekordbox, because one website says it does and the other says it doesn't. They are very similar. DDJ 400. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's basically the same thing. Do they have like a better quality image that I can actually see what's going on here? Yeah, it's I guess the same idea. This does seem to have like a few extra options, the bars in the middle, although I don't know how much of a difference that makes. Master queue is, or the queuing is over here, I guess? Or, no. Well, it doesn't really matter. I now use Tractor Pro with Z1 controllers rather than Ableton. No jog wheels required. They just got it right with yours. 707M. Oh yeah, this looks like a big thing. Yeah, but I assume most of these are like all the same, right? This seems to use 4 tracks. Oh, you would just have like 2 channels that you can select between. Not that I'm going to buy a new console or something like that, don't worry. I'm just going to start with the one that I have. And once I get famous, I'll just straight move on to a set of 4 CDJs and the biggest mixer that I can find, or whatever is popular then. But yeah, I just want to test out DJing, see if it's for me. Yeah. When will I do a DJ session? Hopefully next week I'll do the first like private one and have everything set up and be able to like confirm that I can film it and stream it and stuff like that. Then there's going to be a very, or maybe not, depending on how long this will take, but I need to find a library of music that I can play without any risk of any copyright claim whatsoever. Because I don't want to, just like I do for the feedback streams, have a mixing stream in which I also need to spend like half an hour or an hour fighting off claims and stuff like that. I have my own music, but maybe sometimes I want to play something else or something different, or, you know, playing the same music every week over and over again if I'm gonna do live sets. It's gonna get boring. I can DJ my own tracks. Yeah, that will always be an option. But I would like to have a library of not just like my 20 latest tracks, but also, I don't know, 50 other tracks, so that I can make it more interesting. Ectoplasm. Free music portal and Psytrance net label. Now that's the kind of stuff I like. For free and legal Psytrance techno and downtempo music in MP3, FLAC and WAV format. Million Creative Commons license releases and 20 million tracks. 200 million tracks since 2007. Wow. Now this is perfect. Yeah, I can just browse this for a while and then I'll have everything that I need, I guess. I've never heard of this, but this is great. Yeah, I just get my tracks from here then, and how do you get on this? Is there a way that I can just put my own stuff on here? Because this is like actually interesting. Profiles. It doesn't seem like you can make an account here. Profile. It closed a while back. That's unfortunate. Oh, okay, so they are like working on bringing it back. Okay. Well, that's something for another time. At least I can get some tracks here It seems that it's nice and easy to look through different subgenres here. Yeah, you can just browse. And this, the cool thing here is that, from what I understand, you can just play this wherever you want, and you never have to worry about copyright claims and stuff like that. I mean, there's going to be copyright claims coming from this, 100%, because there always will be. But I mean, I guess the danger is less than with if you just play tracks from, I don't know, Outsiders or Asterix or something like that. There you're 100% going to get a copyright claim. Here it's going to be when they misidentify one of their tracks as this. No, you need to sign a thing saying it's Creative Commons. Yeah, but that doesn't stop copyright claims. Or strikes or whatever. No, the claims mainly. You know how it is, like I do a feedback stream, I stop the stream, 20 minutes later I get an email, we've identified these 16 tracks in your stream. Do you want to take a look at this? And then you take a look and none of them are actually the track that is being played, and you have to go there and you have to explain to this massive overlord algorithm that no, I am actually allowed to use this. People specifically give me permission to play their music, and the stuff that you're claiming is not what is actually in the live stream, so please remove this because this can really fuck up my channel. Thank you very much. But it will never stop. Yeah, even if you talk about the music, they will just strike it. If you put your the track title in the video, I have the Learn from the Masters series, right, where I explain something about the track. There I have made the mistake of like playing a track, even though I can 100% argue that it's within fair use. I would say it's educational, it's not encroaching on the same market space, it's not causing any issues to the track financially if I explain it. There's no way that they should have a legal case there. They still strike it, and yeah, that will be an issue. But even the last one, I know for a fact. So I didn't I titled it abstractly like Learn from the Masters Pro Structuring Tricks. The video that came out today, actually. I titled it like that because I know that if I say Pro or Learn from the Masters how Asterix structures its tracks, if I do that, 100% it will be claimed by Asterix. Even if I don't play any single individual frame of his music, they will still claim it. I find it handy to upload a private video with simple MP4s of the songs, then I can check what will be striked or demonetized. I do that as well, 100%, yeah. It's when it comes to videos, that's obviously something that I can do. One time I said a bass line I made from a stream is from another track, just a plain kick and bass. 100%, it happens to me all the time. I guess one of the annoyances of sidetracks is that the kick and bass is always the same. Yeah, it's not foolproof. No. And it doesn't work for the live streams. I want to do like a live mixing set where the chat can maybe say, oh, I want you to play this track of yours, and then I can immediately put it on and have some interaction. But it's something that I'll have to figure out. I now have a place that I can just get music from, and I can spend an afternoon listening to good music, and it shouldn't be a problem. And then I can, next week, when all of the stuff arrives, I can... Oh yeah, that could work. I can pre-check the playlist. But even then, there's the issue that Subject Ultra set, where just by playing a bass line, something like this, just like a kick and bass, they can claim this as a different track. And maybe if you're mixing things in or something like that, it just kind of gets picked up by the algorithm. Because there's a lot of sidetrance tracks that just sound like this, right? Or like this. Oh. If I actually align it properly. That sounds like this. Right, and the algorithm is just going to say, yeah, okay, that's the same track. Even though it's just the kick and bass that is the same. But because the kick and bass is such a big thing and you sometimes just hear the kick and bass on their own, like for both tracks, that's going to cause issues. That's going to be detected from one track as another. The algorithm is, I mean, if you really think about it, it's a pretty smart algorithm in the sense that it can detect clearly background music as copyrighted music, even if you're like speaking on top of it, which it could do 10 years ago. If you think about that, it's really smart, but I guess sidetrance is just one of those edge cases where it's not really trained on that kind of music. It's for like pop music and stuff like that. Sipes, welcome. Acid is still here, nice. Not just Side. There's many more issues. Like techno has the same issue as sidetrance in that they get like, if there's like, they have like a rumble kick and one rumble kick is just playing and then it just gets claimed as not a track because they also have a rumble kick playing on its own, right? But that's just like a core aspect of, I guess, techno. Like, I'm actually flattered. They think my stuff sounds pro. Sometimes it is very flattering. It does make you feel good that your stuff gets constantly claimed as somebody else's professional music or whatever. But it's just annoying to deal with. And it's one of the things that you just have to deal with as I guess, a content creator or musician or whatever. My light is... I have more lighting options here in this space as well. There's gonna be one day I just buy a good diffuse box here. Obviously this camera with the webcam that I'm using now, it's much worse than the other camera. The lighting that I have set up now is made for the other camera because I was filming YouTube videos. I haven't really tested the light with this little webcam. I can show you how the new camera looks actually. Give me a second. How's the new apartment? Very nice. It has air conditioning. And obviously, I'm no longer sitting in my bedroom, which is also a nice change because I can just have this room 100% available for me producing music. Let's see. If I go full cam and this, yeah, this is my good camera. Next week I'll have this camera also for streaming. So I'm not a bedroom producer anymore. No. Well, I mean, I put my bed in the kitchen. That's what I did. I'm still in the bedroom, but I just moved the bed out of the bedroom. I'm no longer a bedroom producer, but technically I am still. The audio is somewhat crackling. Yeah, that's my microphone setup. It's not the best. I need to turn on the webcam. It's a lot worse, but the other camera only lasts for 30 minutes. Next week, as I said, it's going to be all fixed. I have a cable coming that I need to update the firmware on this camera. And then it will be able to last for 6 hours. Um, I mean, I know my microphone setup is shit as well. I'm always able to fix it in videos with the AI stuff. Um, but like for a stream, I know my audio is poor. And I'm going to use, one of the reasons that I'm streaming now is so that I can check everything for tomorrow's stream, because I want tomorrow to be obviously it being a feedback stream, and it's always a big stream, that kind of stuff. I want that to work well, so I'm gonna be checking it as well later. As an architect, I love the bed in the kitchen. Room treatment. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do room treatment here. I think the owner will become fairly mad at me if I do that. What I'm probably going to do once I have my new monitors, which will be the next investment after this, which is why I'm working on the new preset pack, is so that I can buy myself some proper studio monitors, and then I'll get myself SonarWorks. I can make some like freestanding things that go back there, like a bass strap here, or something like that. But I cannot like glue anything to the wall or stuff like that. There are ways to do that, right? I don't really have like I'm not able to do like crafting in here. You know, the I've seen it where they make a wooden frame, and then they put in the kind of bed foam, the mattress foam, I guess. And then you put like a cloth around it and make it look good. I don't think I'll be able to do that like in here, because for one, I don't have the space for it, and two, I don't really have a way to saw something or stuff like that. But I can even get a few in the future that I can just place on the ground. Yeah. I mean, I have a couch that I can at least lean them off on. That would also work. But I'm gonna start by just getting my new monitors, seeing how they perform when I put SonarWorks on them, seeing if I like the sounds that I'm getting from that, and then we'll see. Is there a way, by the way, that I can... more colorful and like I'm a little bit more alive than I was before. I just used the settings from the other apartment, but obviously with the different lighting, it didn't seem to work for this webcam. It's funny, the other camera, they say like for if you have a big camera, it's very sensitive to the light that you have. The other camera just works everywhere. It just looks good everywhere, and this webcam that is supposed to be plug and play, it never gets you the right quality. I have to go into the settings and mess all of the things. For now, we can clearly hear the room. Yeah, okay. Then I'll definitely see if I can maybe improve that. I also see that already the thing that I've hung up has come undone, which is nice. Bookcases full of hardback books make a good strap in a home studio as well. Books are going to be hard. If I need to put a bookcase somewhere behind the couch here, I think the big issue is going to be the back wall, right? Because to the other wall, to the other side, it's much farther. So, like, yeah, you guys cannot see anything of that. That's great. But it's like 2 times further that way than it is this way. It's not that bad too. Nice. I will see. I will see for myself after this stream is done. I don't think I will be streaming much more, actually. I just like this stream for a little bit of a chat. Have I ever tried the Dune 3 VST? No, I haven't. But I've heard it's very good. It does like analog emulation very well. If you're into warm analog sounds, then supposedly it's very, very good for that. I'm looking into using maker spaces in my area to build some stuff for my studio. Could be an option. What do you mean by maker spaces? I never saw a professor using Dune. No, I have never used it. I have had version 2 installed for a while because it came with the Computer Music magazine. I still have my whole catalog of magazines. I recently found them again. It's a really nice piece of learning material. I actually forgot to mention that in the Q&A. Somebody asked what I use for music production. Makerspaces are like communities where it's a shared place to make space in. By oh, Sleepwalker. See you, Sleepwalker. Thank you for stopping by. Make stuff in. Oh yeah, I've been there. I've been to one. We went on a school trip a long time ago, and then we came by like one of those spaces, and they just have the tools available for you, and you can just go there. And I think you pay like a little bit of an entry, and obviously you bring your own materials for the stuff that you want to make. But yeah, you can make like DIY projects there. Yeah. There's one in Firenze, not in Cremona. Well, if I really have to, I'll just go to Milan for a day. Here, share makerspace in Milan. Doesn't look that great on the facade, but it seems to exist on Google Maps, so I could just go there if I really wanted to. Maker Hub, Fab Lab. That's a nice name. Milano Space Makers. Yeah, that's something that just exists, and if I really wanted to, then I can just make some bass traps there or some acoustic panels, I guess. There's plenty of tutorials out there for that. I think what I would need is, I guess, then one for the back, right? For that reflect. I don't know acoustics anything, so I don't know. I literally have no idea. So I'm just guessing. I think I need one for the back that is like making sure that it doesn't reflect back and create like the standing waves like this. And then I have a little wall on this side that I'm currently using to hold up some notes. You guys cannot see anything with this camera. This is amazing. Amazingly terrible. I think you'll need to look into Room EQ Wizard. Yeah, that's something that that will help, right? That's one of those testing things. Acoustic software. Yeah, you would need to buy one of those calibration microphones. It's a free software. Okay, I don't know if this is available in Italy, but at least the microphone is 60 bucks. That's something. That's not the huge investment, but that's something that I could look into. I was hoping it would also be like able to do correction in the same way. This just seems to be doing measurement, right? But I would like to have something like SonarWorks so that I can just do correction for it. It's not the best option, but it's definitely an option to just do the. So I don't have to worry too much about the acoustics. It's not the best idea, but it is an idea, from what I understand. Yeah, this is one of those. Oh, 40 bucks. Easy. It can't correct, but SonarWorks won't help you fix everything. I know. But it is probably an easier option than doing actual acoustic treatment in this place. If I have to do it myself. There are monitors with built-in correction. I don't know that the ones that I want have that. No, I would just like to Google something, not look in my history. Resume browsing. Why is this a feature now that if you type something in that this is not, like it used to always be that this is your Google search, right? Your old Google searches. Now there's this other thing that just doesn't do what you want it to do. These are the ones that I want to get. From what I've seen, these are good products. But apparently there's already a better version, I guess. Okay. Well, these are the ones that I want to get. Yeah, it is a woofer and a tweaker and whatever. Does this have correction in here? Control remote software. The DSP's functionality of all A-series monitors can be controlled remotely and in real time over Ethernet using a control. Does this mean that it does correction? I don't think it does, right? It doesn't. There's nothing to suggest in this interface that it does correction. Do I have neighbors? Yes. The A7V, in my opinion, is the best equipment for music production. From what I've heard about it, Adams are particularly good for psytrance because they tend to represent bass very well. From what I've heard. Oh, here. Adam is a proud partner with SonarWorks on an automated room correction solution that runs directly on the DSP of the A-series monitors. Nice. Yeah, I would just buy this. SonarWorks Sound ID reference software. And then you get the microphone and then you test. You put it right where your head will be. Like, so for me, like right here. And then you set up your speakers and everything and it will just test the space, essentially. I don't know if these are a lot more expensive than the old ones, though. Without showing too much, Adam A7V. Yeah. Yeah, this is a lot more expensive than the other ones. Like 3 times the price. Are they still gonna have the A7X here? I would assume they would. It doesn't seem like it. Subwoofers is bad for neighbors. I already have a subwoofer, so if the neighbors are going to complain, they would complain already. T5 is enough. Let's do some shopping, everyone. Stand bundle. So this comes with 2 stands and the monitors. $45 to, yeah. I mean, I cannot push them anyway, right? I cannot turn them up very, very loudly, so it's not going to matter if I get 2 more inches of subwoofer, at least here in this place. Honestly, this looks like a pretty good deal. I don't know what it should be worth, but this seems like a, considering that the ones that I was looking at before, the A7Xs, they're older. I think, and they were, for one, I was paying 200 euros for, not per pair. So this is a pair, right? You have 2 monitors and 2 stands. That was just the monitor, and then it would be 200 for one, where I was looking before. So if this is like quality-wise good enough, then it would be good enough. Let's check out what Dada is saying. Kali Linux LP6. Okay. Yeah, this is a bit more expensive, but you also get a bigger subwoofer, I guess, 6.5 inches. My question is, does it really matter if I'm between 5 inches and 6.5 inches? Like, as I said, I'm not going to be turning up the music very loudly. So, does it really matter that it really has like the biggest subwoofer possible? Like, I assume that like the size of a subwoofer really only comes into play when you want to push it loud and then have it, you know, clear and not distort or anything. I assume that the problems with small subwoofers comes when you try to turn it up very, very loudly. Right? I mean, if you're going to keep it low, it's not necessary. They have a better mid response. From everything that I've heard about them, like a lot of people have independently told me that Adams are very good for psytrance, and apparently like the mix or the mastering engineer for who was that? Somebody told me that the name of a mastering engineer who like exclusively does psytrance, he swears by Adam monitors. Kali IN8. Yeah, so this is already one tier above what I'm trying to get. I'm looking for 200 euros per monitor-ish. That's kind of what I want to spend. These are three-way, yeah. This is bigger, this is... I guess it has the... I don't know where the third monitor is. I don't think that this is the subwoofer, right? This is just the escape for these speakers. There are the Adam T8V. Yeah, this is just a bigger version of, I guess, the ones that we were looking at before, the T5V. And as some people mentioned, you really don't need, I guess, much more than this. You get a little stand with that, that's nice. Because right now my speakers are, I would say, 30, 40 centimeters below my head. But they're like standing upwards, so they have to be. I cannot move them up. Bro, I'm broke, I have LP6. These, right? Yeah, we looked at these. We looked at these. This would also be an option. This is good stance as well, yeah? Gravity stance. Millennium. How do you know the... I guess you know because you have them. Yeah, it doesn't show the stance any better. But if this is good stuff, then that's nice, yeah. Or does it say in here? Millennium desktop monitor stand, DM2. Any idea for budget phones? When it comes to like a budget phone, I would recommend this one. This is my P30 Lite from Huawei. I know it's like a Chinese company and stuff like that. I know, I understand. Headphones. Honestly, I am not much of a hardware guy. I honestly, I don't know, like, I've had these headphones, the Sennheiser Pro, you can see they're falling apart. These are, as you can see, completely scuffed. This thing, I can just pop it off and it's completely scuffed. So I have had these for a long time and they've always served me well. If you want to know, these are the Sennheiser HD280 Pro, which, oh, there we are. Which apparently are very good. They're the same headphones that Joe Rogan uses on the on his podcast, and I've also recently seen it in a like Martin Garrix's studio tour. But honestly, I think the debate with headphones and studio monitors and all those things, they're all going to come down to what you like most and what you like sound wise, but also like workflow wise and just like comfort wise. Like it's not about like getting the absolute best quality of audio, because you need to wear them for the whole day, and they need to fit your head. They need to sit comfortably on your ears. Stuff like that is to consider. With monitors, you need to also, you know, I guess, like the sound of them. Um, and at the end of the day, when it comes to music production gear, it doesn't matter what kind of gear you have. You need to be able to uh, learn to use it, right? I've shown you many times the picture of my setup at the old apartment. Stream discussion. This picture. These are the speakers that I've been using for the last 10 years, and yes, I've mixed all of my tracks on those little things, and the subwoofer that comes with it. So if I'm able to provide or to make the mixes that I'm able to make, and I'm not saying that I'm making the best possible mix, but my mixes, I would say, are good enough to pass, right? At least I hope so. If there's anything that I'm doing wrong, please tell me right now. Because I have some tracks coming up that I want to actually work well. But when it comes to like music gear, it's not so much about the exact hardware that you get and the model number of it and what and this and that. It's that you spend enough time with it to actually learn that gear, to learn what it's supposed to sound like, and what music or what professional music sounds like on your gear, and then trying to emulate that through your mixes and stuff like that. I'm sorry, in Germany we call it phones, but it's headphones. Yeah, I know, I was just trying to make a joke there. But they make you look like Cybermen. AKG Chesto headphones. Oh, these, yeah, I've seen this. My dad has a one of the live performances discs from his. I can recommend Sennheiser. I can recommend Sennheiser. These were also, as I said, they've been with me for 10 years. The band is broken. This thing doesn't clip together anymore, and these things, the pads I have had to replace like 2 times, and it's due for another replacement. I know. I'm first going to invest in other ways, but they're magical. They've been through thick and thin with me for over a decade now, so it's highly recommend them. I had Sennheisers before, a different pair, and they always had problems with the cable. Luckily, this is one of those attached cables. So the other one... Okay, so I'm back again. There was the same kind of disconnection as I was always getting at the old apartment, so this is not an apartment thing. I am going to get fiber, hopefully, at some point, or at least a different setup so that this random disconnects, that they don't happen again. Because that's really, really annoying. It's OBS. It's not a internet thing, do you think? Oh, look at this. Yeah, that's a much better setup than mine, actually. Very nice, it looks nice. Who are you watching here, though? That's not me. Are you watching somebody else on the side as well? I have fiber and LAN cable, but it still disconnects like this. That's very strange. I did get a notification this time from OBS, something that I never had gotten before. It just popped up here, like the Windows notification, and it just said like, I'm disconnecting, and then it reconnected. It is very strange, because normally, yeah, the connection is... I mean, I don't have the most stable connection of them all, right? 4G is not the most stable thing, but these very short disconnects and then reconnects, it's really, really strange. I have no idea. Well, anyway, I'm gonna save this page as well. This seems to be, to me, looking at this now, if you guys say, or if people say like 5 is enough, you don't have to go with the 7. And I mean, that makes sense. If I'm not going to push them to the limit, then I might as well not get the biggest model. There's some more recommendations here. Or are these are the ones that all the studios use for the mid-range, right? Or are those different ones? No, that's not these. That's not these. But I have seen these in studios. Yeah. Issue is that this is again just 1.5 times my budget. So I would need to get some more money, I guess. I agree. Your Davy setup does look very, very good. Yamaha is very neutral. Okay. Well, honestly, I don't remember who said it, and I don't remember which mastering engineer it was, but somebody mentioned to me a mastering engineer, and I looked him up, and indeed he uses Adam speakers, and he has like 2-3 different sets of Adam speakers. So and he only exclusively masters psytrance, and he's done some of the biggest productions like out there in the psytrance field. So to be honest, I am leaning towards this bundle here. This seems like a good idea here. Post an updated picture. Nice. Your keyboard changed color. Very nice. Oh, then you have the TV back there. Wow. This is what you get when people have a day job. When people don't need to live off their music. They can invest in their music. Instead of just getting by. It's a miracle. PreSonus Iris. I would not get the Millennium stands. Okay. Well, I'm sure that there's a bundle for just this, right? For just 2 of these. Wait. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, of course. $117. That looks nice. But then I do need some kind of stands. I'm happy. I have them not happy with them. Okay. Well, then let's look at gravity stands. This stuff? It doesn't look like it has a top side. Or these, yeah. Ah. What is the minimum length? Adjustable 90 to 150. Okay. Well, I would like to put them on my desk. The stands. Because otherwise I would need to move my desk backwards. They do have a top plate mostly. Yeah, I found one with an actual top plate. I would like a smaller one though. One that I'm able to just put on the desk and just adjust up. I need like 30 centimeters of height is what I need. Infinitely variable height adjustment from 250 to 350 millimeters. Okay. Well, this doesn't seem to have a bottom. Now we have the top part, it doesn't seem to have a bottom part. Or these are, oh, these are clamps. Ah. Why is the top part always the same, even though the bottom part changes? Ah, but I see. Okay. Oh, so these come with like all kinds of adjustments. Yeah, you can tilt them and then move them forward and backwards. Okay. What are we buying? We are buying studio monitors, or at least I did have studio monitors and then stands to put them on. But honestly, I'm gonna need everything. I assume that I need some kind of cable for this. I need the cables. I need. I'm probably going with a new interface as well because I have the cheapest of the cheapest interface. Would I need to go for this one, or do I need to connect to these? I guess it doesn't matter. With bottom are the 3102. So without a TM, I guess then. Oh, this is perfect. Yeah, this is what I want. This is just, yeah, on a stand like this. Nice. I have no space for the clamps version. Well, I do have like a backside of the desk that I could clamp it to, but I can also just put the stands right here. I would need to move some things, obviously, right? It's the things are, my speakers are currently this small, and I'm gonna get monitors that are probably like this. So the space between my screens right now is not going to be enough, and I would need to move some stuff around. But that's something that I'll find out when I get it. I'm not buying this now, I'm not buying this today. I first need to finish the preset pack so that I can actually afford this. But it was nice to do some shopping, I guess. Well, to be honest, this was just a test stream. I didn't have anything planned for today. I did have a lot of fun talking about a whole bunch of different things. It was fun sitting here just chatting, not really doing music production, I guess. I mean, we did some, but not that much. I am going to call it here for today. I have some other things to do. I have editing work to do. And you guys wouldn't want to watch me edit because that's very, very boring. I think the table would collapse first. So I'm very late. Well, it hasn't been the longest stream, so it's a little bit on me. It's just been like a 2-hour stream. Anyway, I am going to figure this stuff out and see which works best. Tomorrow is feedback stream, so 5 o'clock tomorrow. Basically the same time I went live today. But I'll put on the little notification for you guys so you guys know when I'll be back. Anyway, this is going to be it for today. I'm gonna edit now, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.